Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to learn how to solve for x for two-step math problems. Now, as we go on, we're going to be learning to solve single-step math problems as we move through the equation. So if you haven't watched that video, make sure to go check it out. And I do say this in a lot of my videos, but I do talk a little fast and I am working on it, but feel free to pause the video or slow it down just to make sure you got it. Okay, our lesson target for today is to be able to solve for x by planning appropriately, representing each step, and eventually solving the problem. Now, I suggest for this video here today, you're going to want either like a piece of paper, something to write with, or a whiteboard so you can practice writing out the equations yourself. Okay, so we have an acronym, SAD, here, and yes, it is SAD, but that is pun intended, and it's easier to remember. S stands for subtracting a value of x from both sides. Well, first of all, we have our equation here. 3x plus 6 equals 5x minus 12. So a value of x would be either 3x or 5x. If we're subtracting a value, I personally would do subtracting 3x so that I can still have a positive coefficient of x once it has been canceled out. So we're going to be subtracting 3x, and here we have 0. So we are left with 6 equals 2x minus 12. If I had subtracted 5x from both sides, then I would have a negative coefficient for x. Okay, so now for a is going to be adding the constant. So we have negative 12 plus 12, and that is going to be canceling out to 0. So now we just have 18 equals to 2x. Now to complete d, we're going to divide both numbers by the coefficient. Now, we have to remember to divide the whole equation by the coefficient of x, and that is going to be 2. So, once we get to the point in which we're dividing both numbers by the coefficient of x will be canceled out. A number divided by itself is 1. That's why this crossed out line here is representing a 1, as we know that it is not going to be there anymore, the coefficient. So, x is going to be standing alone and equal to, in this case, 9. Okay, now we're going to check it. Alright, we're going to substitute in our answer and see if each equation is equal to the other. If they're not, we're going to retry the problem. So, we just solved for x equals 9, so we're going to substitute that in for both x values. So, 3 times 9 plus 6, so 27 plus 6, is it equal to 5 times 9 minus 12, or 45 minus 12? It is. 33 does equal to 33. Nice job, you guys. Okay, now we gotta practice. Here, you can feel free to pause the video and see if you can work it out yourself. If not, or you're just along for the learning process, come on, no worries, we can work it out together. Okay, Naeem bought 3 tubs of ice cream, each holding an equal number of scoops. Sydney bought 4 tubs of ice cream, but ate 6 scoops. Do they now have an equal amount of ice cream left? Okay, like I said, pause the video and see if you can do this yourself. Okay, so Naeem has 3 tubs of ice cream, and that's going to be represented by 3x. To check if it's equal to Sydney's amount, we're going to have her 4 tubs of ice cream represented by 4x. And since she already ate 6 scoops, we're going to subtract 6 from 4x. Now, we know that it's going to be the same variable of x because the ice cream tubs have the same amount of scoops per tub. So we're going to complete S, and that's going to be subtracting the coefficients of x on both sides. So minus 3x, we have 0 equals x minus 6. And now we're going to do A. Add the coefficient on both sides, so that's going to be plus 6 on both sides. And then we get x equals 6. And yeah, maybe you've noticed that we didn't have to do D, or dividing the coefficient on both sides. Well, that's because the coefficient of x is 1, and we know that 1 is not a liable coefficient like 2, in which it has an actual effect on the value. So to check it, we have 3 times 6 equals 4 times 6 minus 6. So does 18 equal 24 minus 6? It does. 18 does equal to 18. So yeah, they did. You don't always have to check your answer, but it definitely comes in handy during exams. And we have a little exam tip. If you're getting stuck on a problem and you're worried about how much time you're wasting on it, don't worry. Just go back to it after completing a few more different problems or taking a sip of water and a deep breath. You got this. So in conclusion, I can now solve for x with two-step equations. To check my answer, I can substitute it in as the value for x and check if both equations are equal. So thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe for more how-to videos. This is Student Life Daily.